everybody, welcome back to Throttle Grotto. This week we're going to be working on the fuel pump for the Datsun Roadster. We're going to put new diaphragms in it and get it all rebuilt, get it back on the car. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, so this week I'm going to be rebuilding this little fuel pump. This is a mechanical fuel pump that came off the 1968 Datsun Roadster. And it's a very simple thing. Inside of here, there's a diaphragm that, you know, kind of like the top of a drum. And this arm pivots, and this way, and actuates the diaphragm, which pulls in fuel this way, sends it out this way. So this thing didn't pump fuel when I tried it initially. Holding it in my hand and pumping it, you can actually hear it gather some pressure. So I'm wondering if there's just a very tiny hole in the diaphragm, maybe just enough that it's leaking past. Anyway, the parts were less than $20, so I'm going to rebuild this thing real quick and then we'll put it back on the car. So it only has 2 bolts that hold it on and a gasket, so it's pretty easy to take off and work on. Alright, so the first step is we need to remove these 6 screws that go all the way around the base. Hopefully they all come out. So as you can see there's a little nub that you need to twist, kind of like a drum brake, where you have a piece that retains the drum brake spring. This has a very similar setup. So everything seems fairly clean in here, but we're going to clean this out and just kind of prep everything for the new diaphragm. Alright, so even though this car is nearly 50 years old, you can actually still buy brand new in the box Nissan parts to rebuild this fuel pump. It's a lot of them are special order, but literally all of the components of the fuel pump are still available brand new from Nissan, which is pretty cool. So here we have, I haven't opened the box yet, so I hope I have the right part, but this is our brand new diaphragm assembly with the gasket. And for some reason, I have 2. So I guess they come in a package of 2 in the box. But here you can see it's a brand new gasket, brand new plunger. You'll have to reuse the spring and this gasket here at the bottom, which hopefully is pliable enough for me to get off of there. Alright, so I was able to get the spring and the boot off of there. So now we're just going to reassemble this onto the new plunger. And I'm just going to gently work that boot over there like that. So now that's ready to reinstall. Alright, so I figured I'd show you guys how this works using the old plunger, which is right here. Doesn't matter if this gets damaged because it's 50 years old. So inside of here, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark, but basically inside of here is the other end of the lever here, and there's a spring on the back side here. So let's see, there we go. So here's a return spring that when you push in on the cam, it actually forces the arm back. And then the 2 little tabs in there move up and down. And that is what the other end of your diaphragm lodges into. So when you're putting this back together, it might help to put a little Sharpie mark on your orientation, but this is going to drop down in between those two, and then you'll twist it 90 degrees, and then when your lever arm actuates, you can actually see that that is what pulls the diaphragm down and sucks in the fuel, and then the diaphragm pops back up. So that is the inner workings of this fuel pump. So now that I've reassembled this with the little plunger retainer on the back there to keep it to keep this boot in place, I'm going to grab my Sharpie and make a mark so that I know approximately the orientation of the tab. And then I will grab it, I will push it all the way down in between and twist it 90 degrees. So now that my bolts line up, my holes line up, and then I should be able to, see? So that part is ready to go. Alright, so the other parts of this are contained in the upper half of the fuel pump, and basically inside of here there's two one-way valves, and then underneath here there's a cover gasket. This is really straightforward to replace. I'm going to go ahead, since I bought all the parts, I have a new cover gasket, and I also have both one-way valves. I'm just going to go ahead and replace all these, clean this out a little bit, and then we'll put the two halves back together, and we'll have a completely rebuilt fuel pump. Really helps if you take the center screw out first, but once you have that off of there, it's very easy to remove that. And then you can see inside here the the top side of the fuel pump where the one-way valves allow fuel in and out. So replacing those is as simple as taking these screws out, removing this piece here, and then you can just pop them out from underneath. There is a little small rubber gasket on there. And then if you have any doubts, do them one at a time so that you don't screw up how they go in. Alright, so now I have a completely rebuilt Datsun fuel pump. I'm gonna go put that back on the car and hook up some fuel lines, and then I gotta go buy some fuel and put it in the car and see if it actually starts. So hopefully this helped you to take on the task of rebuilding your Datsun fuel pump. And of course, until next time, get out there and work on something.